Welcome along to this week's episode of They've Been Doing It All Day, Sir. What have we got coming up? Lions, Manly, NRL. Let's get stuck in.
How's your week been, mate?
Busy. It has been a busy week, a sport-filled week that has been enormous. Great weekend we had up in Brisbane, and we'll get into that in a bit, but just been recovering from that, really, trying to catch up on just sleep and... getting back into the swing of things before we go again next weekend. What about yourself?
Yeah, pretty much the same, to be honest. Work's been absolutely a chocker. So bowling in on Monday morning after a fantastic weekend, it was a rude awakening, I think is the best way. But no, fantastic weekend. Great place, Brisbane. I've got a part of me that really loves Brisbane, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I had a great time watching the Lions.
Well, let's get straight into it. We've got a lot to get through this week, and we really want to do Brisbane justice because for me, it was just another level of kind of experience from the minute we stepped on the plane to the time we got home, just to see a red. Like, it was something completely different.
Oh, it's fantastic. And being in the airport with those random lads who the school thought they were Lions players because they're in Lions gear, asking them for autographs. You got these 8-year-olds asking these random Welsh blokes for autographs. It was hilarious. And yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. Walking around Brisbane, we went for a bit of a stroll on the Saturday, and every 50 metres there was a Lions jersey.
Like, it was a joke.
You couldn't hide from it. And we weren't exactly in the hot spots of Brisbane sometimes when we were walking around, and you just Lions.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
And I think when we first went to Perth and then we went down to Canberra as well, I was not disappointed, but I expected more because everyone makes out for these Lions tours to be monumental and kind of you're going to see the sea of red travelling everywhere. So I'm going to be honest, I was a bit let down when we went to Perth, but this weekend really proved like what they were talking about. And it feels like it's an analogy I was trying to think of is like it's a bunch of termites that come into one place, just absolutely do work, and then go, do you know what? We're all going to board it and go somewhere else. And it felt like that. We turned up on the Friday. Lion stash everywhere. You couldn't move for Lion stash. There were bags, there were coats, there were jumpers, hoodies. There was just people kitted out everywhere. And from that first Friday night in Finn McCall's, it kind of kicked off from there, and it went pretty well. But I don't know about you, the Friday night, I had a real good time.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Just a little bit of bar hopping on in the valley, in Fortitude Valley. Yeah, it was fantastic. We played it safe. I think we saw off the new ball in that.
Yeah, we did
in that retrospect.
I'll tell you what, we nicked a few. It could have ended up a bit different, but we got involved in some activities for sure.
We did, and a bit of shuffleboard, bit of darts, a bit of pool. You know, it was a fun-filled Friday afternoon.
It was, and the Friday night game, we're going to come on to review it soon. The Sharks against the Roosters, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't see much. I was too busy trying to slot in 180s. That's what it was, and that wasn't successful either.
The quality of darts improved as we went on. That's one thing you can say.
It did. It certainly did. And then, like you said, on the Saturday, we go for a walk. We decide to walk down to South Bank to kind of get a bit of the atmosphere. Every time you turned your head, there was another Lions jersey knocking about, and then there was more people congregating. But the pre-game was a bit of a letdown, I think, from a perspective of us trying to get in somewhere on Caxton Street.
It was ridiculous. Luckily, we found that other pub the other side of the ground, but they just weren't prepared. I really don't think they were prepared.
Do you know, I heard something earlier, actually. I think it was the mayor of Brisbane, I don't know who it was, but he was saying a State of Origin game usually brings in $40 to $45 million over the weekend. The Lions game brought in $55 to $60 million. And that extra revenue, I think, showed how busy it was on Caxton Street. Like, it was a reflection of just, although they experience Origin every year, this was a different breed. And Magic Round, this was a different breed.
It was dangerous. It was dangerous how they kept the road open for so long as well. Like, it was, there could have been some serious injuries, but there was just queues everywhere. We tried to queue up in the Caxton. We were there for about 10, 15 minutes, didn't move a muscle, and then went for a wander around the stadium and found that little wine bar.
I don't even know what it was called.
Which served Guinness. I think everyone was put on alert to serve Guinness because I don't think Guinness would have been served in there naturally. But no, that was good. I had a couple of beers in there. We full kit wankered up. Which
We did. We committed to it. We went full kit wanker. I went headgear, Lions jersey, and the short socks.
Yeah.
And some great interactions from that.
There was some good interaction. You met a famous ex-England rugby star as well, didn't you?
I did, James Haskell. Well, I'll send you the photo and you can put it up when when this bit comes up. But he called me a full kit wanker as I went over and asked for a photo. But it's good to see that he appreciated the effort.
Yeah, we got interviewed by Charles Tyrrett as well.
Charles Tyrrett. You managed to make an appearance on social media, which was good. My answers clearly weren't good enough.
Yeah, and then we made the telly as well in back home.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. My mate texted me and said, is this you? Sent a screenshot, and there we are in the top corner with the old ginger beard and what did you have? A Magnus beanie on as well. But one of the highlights for me of the weekend, like we touched on it, was the interactions with people. We met some Wallabies fans, British and Irish Lions fans from everywhere, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. Everyone was just socially getting amongst it, and we met some real good people actually.
Yeah.
It was a really good weekend. But the game itself, what was your thoughts and opinions? Let's talk about the atmosphere. Let's talk about the build up and
incredible atmosphere.
Lead into it.
That's a really good thing about these modern stadiums that they have over here is they can put on light shows and it just adds to it. And it was a good, I reckon, 70-30% Lions. Like we were sat in the one end where it was a bit more mixed, but opposite it was just red.
Wall of red,
which was brilliant. And the atmosphere was fantastic. It was I think the best atmosphere I've been a part of it here, and that's been to a couple of Origins at Homebush as well. The first half of the game was a lot better than the second half.
Yeah,
it seemed like the Lions were like, "Oh, we've got this done and dusted," and didn't really turn up in the second half.
Yeah,
scored a try in the first 5 minutes, and
I was too busy.
I was queuing for a piss. Like the queues were ridiculous.
I don't like. The stadium holds 50,000 people. Or it's 52, wasn't it? I think the attendance. They haven't got the amenities. Like the Suncorp's an incredible stadium.
Yeah.
From my experience of Australian stadiums, it is by far the best stadium to hold a sporting event. I think the Allianz could have that potential, but it's just not kitted up to handle that amount of people. The beers queue wasn't too bad, to be fair, but the toilet queue
in and out, boom, boom.
was a joke. But great. We were sat in front of the Wallaroos as well.
Yes, we were.
So we had them in front of us. But even the pre-match hype, like the music as they're playing, coming out, the fireworks. We were sat, row 5? So we had quite a good view. I'd say it's up there with one of the best sporting events I've been to. Yeah. We had this conversation. I think the only one that is on par with it is when I went to England against Denmark in the European Championship, Euro semi-final. What was that, 21? 22? When was it? 2020? Whatever it was. 2021, when Harry Kane scored that penalty to put us through an extra time. Have you been to anything similar?
Oh, yeah. Blues beating Arsenal at Wembley's up there. That was ridiculous. And I said it to you at the time, England versus New Zealand at Edgbaston in 2021, so the July 2021. Me and my best mate, we went down. It was one of the first trial events after COVID. Yeah. So there was only like 18,000 people there. And we were sat in the Hollies, which is the party stand of Edgbaston, and it was just incredible. It was just this big sigh of relief. Didn't really watch the cricket that day, if I'm being perfectly honest, and it was just incredible atmosphere. Yeah. People just coming together. So I'd say that had that. This Lions and what you were saying with the interaction side of things is what I thought the Lions tour was going to be like. Yeah. So after this weekend, I'm really looking forward to Melbourne.
And do you know what? I was reflecting on it. I feel a part of it. Like, because we're going to the 3 tests, I feel like, all right, we're coming back to Sydney and then flying off again. But I do feel part of like the travelling. I mean, get me in my kit again. And people were telling me to jump up and in the line out. But talking about the game itself, some standout performances for the Lions. His spot was questionably given to him, Tom Curry, but the guy is an animal.
He's a test fiend, isn't he?
His line speed is a joke as well. He hits everything that moves. He chases every kick, and he's just in the right place at the right time. And I think opening kickoff, he even proved that on that. But also Tadhg Beirne,
great game,
man of the match performance. And there are 2 people that were questioned as to whether they should be involved. What do we make of potential Wallabies fight back in game 2? Because they won the second half. Did the Lions turn off, like you say? Not sure. Maybe they grew in confidence a bit. The Wallabies, I think
potentially
think they could have been overwhelmed by the game.
I think this game's going to be a lot closer. I think it's going to be a real nail biter this second game. Finn Russell turned up as well. I think he deserves an honourable mention.
Geez is so good. Like his flick pass around the back was.
His hands are so good.
He's standout player. Like and first name.
And I was a bit worried about our view because of how close you were to the pitch. But once you get down there, and you can see, I think it's what amazes me is the speed everything moves at. Yeah. And when you're sat just in front of it or just behind it, the game line, you're like, good God, this is fast.
Yeah.
And how they go into the contact as well as make passes and make reads is unreal.
It's their speed of deception as well. Like the way they run their lines, but their no-look passes are more instinctive. It's like their set plays are so well rehearsed.
Yep.
They just let go of a ball and someone is there and they know they're going to be there. And it's absolutely incredible. But Melbourne coming up, we've got we're up in the gods for this one, but still hopefully it'll be
nice. It's a good change. I like the different changes of levels to watch a game.
Yeah. You reckon there'll be any changes for next game?
I reckon they need to move. I don't know who they bring in. I'm not as my knowledge around the Wallabies rugby isn't as amazing, but they need to move Joseph-Aukuso Suaalii to the wing.
Yeah. More high ball from them. Contest some of the high ball.
England. Sorry, the Lions back three have been dreadful. All tour in the air, competing in the air, and you saw it for one of the Wallabies tries.
Their opening try, yeah.
I don't know why they didn't utilise that more and utilise him. He's an absolute. He's a threat of a player anyway. Playing 13, you can hide and you can get hidden, which I think happened to him.
Yeah. I got that clip as well, didn't I? When I zoomed in, him get Beirne just firing out and chopping him in half.
But with saying that, he is a danger, and I reckon you need to put him in place where he's going to be effective. So that's one of the changes I'd say. And I've been reading they're bringing in some big boys, so it could be a completely different game.
Yeah, and the First Nations Pacifica game last night, they went with an attitude of, do you know what, we're not scared of you, and they really stuck it to them, and they rattled them. Look, there was a drop off between the team that played Saturday and the team that played last night, but I really think the Test series is on the line, right? The Australians have to come out like a grand final and play like they've got to win it. As much as I do want to see us win this, get a clean sweep, how insane would it be to be at the Accor, 90,000 people and a decider?
No, I'd rather it be in a 3-0 if I'm being perfectly honest, because I've got a little bit more of a personal view of it because the Lions could win it on my birthday on Saturday. So
that's very true. Look, I would love imagine going 9 for 9 on a tour, 100% victory.
That's what the Lions need to do. That's what they need to focus on to be a true dominant Lions team. They need to go right. We need to go 9. We need to go unbeaten. We need to go 3-0 because I can't remember the last time the Lions ever won 3-0.
Last time they won a series was 12 years ago.
Yeah, against
here.
Yeah,
and they lost the second test. So last minute try at the MCG as well. So will it be a case of history repeating? Who knows? But we've got an insane weekend of sport coming up.
We do.
Actually.
I'm really looking forward to it as well because one of the additional places I really wanted to go in Melbourne is the Marvel Stadium.
Yeah.
So we're going there to watch the AFL on the Friday.
Who are we going to watch?
Essendon versus Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Not a Scooby. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Just got a feeling. We'll have a bowl around the Australian coffee capital. I think it's renowned as Melbourne. And
give that a review for next week.
Yeah. Maybe the coffee review instead of a Guinness review. And then the Lions game, and then Sunday, as soon as we land back in Sydney, we're off to the Allianz to watch Manly versus Bulldogs.
So for Manly to beat the Bulldogs, that's not controversial. Manly are on the up. But what a weekend of sport coming out for us. Looking forward to it. And it feels like it's just non-stop at the moment. But talking to NRL, talking to Manly, there's only one place we can really start when we're talking about the fixtures. Everyone may think that the Warriors Knights game is the best place to start. But for us, Manly 18, Storm 16.
Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
Do you know what I remembered, actually? I think it was this morning or yesterday. Pre-game, I was going to lump on, wasn't I? Manly at $3, 20 something. I said, I was like, nah, I don't want to lose another $10 or $20 or whatever I was going to put on.
Yeah.
But I wish I put it on now. But we were in the stadium. We were watching the Lions and keeping an eye on the Manly game. Yeah. And have you managed to watch any of it back?
Watched part of it, but also one thing we've got to add is the lads that we sat next to at Perth were directly behind us as well, wasn't it?
They were.
Cool.
The two boys whilst we were there, they just bowled in, and that's crazy. The fact that they were sat next to us in Perth, and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, they're just bowling in the same area of the Suncorp. So yeah, shout out to you two. But Manly beating the Storm.
One thing I said with my little cap was Lehigh Hubble would put in a big hit on Munster. He didn't put it on Munster. He put in an unreal tackle on Coates, Xavier Coates. Big Matty Lodge was going to put in a shift, which he did.
He did.
But Mr. Takiaho outperformed him.
Solidified the centre, you know. Like, he's grown on me.
Do you know what? I did say a few weeks ago, Takiaho's confidence grows when he's got a big, powerful prop next to him. And that seems to what has happened with him over the last few weeks with Matty Lodge next to him.
Yeah.
And it was just pure resilience, I think, from a Manly side. Nearly gave it away at the end with letting the comeback, which is what Manly doing with game in, game out. But you know what? Great shout. Great fucking performance by him.
We'll take the 2 points. And I did say every time I bet against or tip against Manly, they win. And they've done it again. But Turbo in the centres, he's starting to get a bit more comfortable and confident. Like, for that first try where he loops around the back of whoever goes to make the tackle and offloads behind the back. Like, that's the sort of stuff you want, because Saab just strolls in. And then just got Ruben Garrick. Yeah, all right, they scored on it. But the amount it's been highlighted. Because, as everyone said, if he doesn't make that effort, Coates scores under the posts.
Yeah.
And it's an easy 2 points. But he makes the effort, gets out there. Coates, acrobatic finish. Like, Geezer had a game of it, scored 3 tries.
He's unreal, isn't he?
He is. And then misses the kick, though. And look, the biggest controversial point of the game. 2 key penalties. Nelson's was a penalty. There's no doubt about it. It was stupid. And Harry Grant's hit on Luke Brooks.
I've said it for weeks. Just don't even flirt with touching the kicker, because you're gonna get penalised. And they're going off because Hughes didn't get. I don't think he got one for a clip, or did he? I can't remember whether he got one, but no one reviewed it.
Yeah,
Manly reviewed it. Grant's hit Brooks's leg as he's followed through. Letter of the law, it's a penalty.
And that's the difficult thing. By the letter of the law, it is a penalty. Is it soft?
Yeah,
yes.
100%.
Is it were the rules broken? Yes.
But it's not the first time it's happened this season.
No,
so
and for him as well, especially. He's done it before.
It's the consistency that we all scream for. So yeah.
Yeah, and some big news, or 2 big news rumours that are coming out. Trebojevic brothers, Tom and Jake, apparently about to re-sign.
They'll take a pay drop, I think.
They will. Not sure how long it will be, but they're Manly for and through.
Yeah, you need them around.
It'll be till the end. But the even bigger one, we knew it was coming. Yeah. DCE to the Roosters, but the details that are coming out of it's a 1-year deal to play, and then move into a coaching role after, which I thought he was going to do at Manly.
Fuck him.
Yeah. It shows what he thinks of the club, like how it's internally run.
Clearly, he doesn't like how it's internally run. Which, you know what, you've got to think about that and what's best for you at the end of the day. And if you're not going to be happy in a work environment, why stay? So,
be interesting to see if he still stays in the Northern Beaches. I mean, it's only a short drive.
It'd be interesting to see if he plays much next season.
Well,
they're going to force him into a team where you've got two great halves playing at the moment. So why change a good formula? I know they've not been winning massively, but I don't think that's because of the halves. And
that goes to show, brought in Chad Townsend this week for the Roosters, didn't perform, and Robinson's come out and said didn't perform, so we're going back with Sandon Smith, needs him to step up. DCE upsets the apple cart, with Savala as well when he comes back from his injury. Sam Walker, it's a crazy one, but let's get through these fixtures. Lot to talk about, and the next one was an unreal finish. The New Zealand Warriors end to end. Defeat the Newcastle Knights 20 points to 15. And we've spoken about this individual before, Leka Halasima, and his ability. It was the craziest ending to a game I've seen. It was bonkers.
It's just how he ran through everyone.
Even when
he just put last minute of a game, he covered last second of a game. He covered 50 meters in 5 seconds, 4-5 seconds. That is one hell of an engine.
And he had Bradman Best hanging off the back of him as well to go over. I know Bradman Best apparently took a knock, like he's got a little MCL injury. But the amount of opportunities that the Warriors had to actually win it with a field goal was crazy. And then for it to end in the way that he did, I wouldn't have never have said it was going to be a try that won it after all the pressure. But I think we've got to reflect on this and go, it was somewhat luck that the Warriors won in the way that they did. Did they deserve to win? Probably.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, the Knights do look a lot better.
Yeah, massively. Of course they do. And again, it's one of those frustrating things. Like there's three missed penalty conversions. That's 6 points. Regardless of the try, the Knights win this 21-20.
It was Hastings as well, I think, that was kicking them. So
it's well, Dane Gagai was
on
penalties. So you know what? If those conversions go over, it changes the complete landscape of the game because you're an extra 6 points up, and the total looks a lot more daunting than it actually does. So.
One miss for the Knights. Like the Warriors now probably cemented themselves in the top 4.
Yep.
Got a fairly easy-ish run home, I believe. So
Knights are just looking to what they can do to take momentum into next year now.
Yeah, I agree. And look, I think they've been unlucky this season. Like looking at their squad, they've had a few injuries. They brought in Dom Young.
Yeah.
Bradman Best has been out for a while, and they're solid defensively.
I think this is if they keep players and add to it, I think this could be a challenging 8 next season.
Dylan Brown's coming up, isn't he?
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But the next game, the 8th wonder of the world at Leichhardt Oval. We do say that the Tigers love to perform at Leichhardt Oval, and my word, did they scrape over the line with this one. One thing to add about the trip to Brisbane, we were on different flights on the way back.
Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely, I still don't know how that happened. Still don't know how that happened.
So anyway. Chris booked on the flight an hour before ours. So the plans to travel home.
It's a good job. I forced us to get to the airport, wasn't it?
Because I was running on my time. I was running that my flight was at 1 o'clock and yours was at 12. So, but I watched this game on the train on the way home. Like I was watching it. It was a low quality game. Like I'm not gonna lie. The Titans took their chances. Tigers looked pretty poor in attack towards the end. I'll tell you one player that did stand out though on his return, Taylor May. Yeah. Like he had a fire and an energy in him that he just wanted to make a difference. And running down his side, he was an animal. But towards the end, the quality of the finishing was so bad. And then Adam Dewey steps up and slots the winner. But did you manage to catch any of this, or were you just relaxing after your flight?
No, I did. I watched bits of it again. I'll hang on the coattails of what you're just saying there. The Tigers shouldn't be this bad. Unfortunately, I don't understand it. Another thing to add is old Desi giving rinsing the Titans,
the
getting them out of the
blow
shower,
up,
telling them to all come out of the shower. What I want to know is why are they all in their underwear or in their shorts?
Real good thing that I heard though, if they were showering in the nude, that never would have come out because they would have walked out the shower, meat and 2 veg swinging. They wouldn't have shown that on TV, so the Des Hasler blow-up wouldn't have been shown. So the fact that they were in their budgies, out they come, Des Hasler gets exposed. But the geezer's trying to raise standards, right?
Yeah.
Like he's clearly...
He's frustrated.
Something's been misinterpreted. But they all walking out like told off school children in their budgies. That was quite funny. But
I've honestly, I can say I've never had that happen. I've never been called out of a shower to have an absolute rinsing. And to be fair, I've played some games where we've been bad, and we've had some coaches
full hair dry treatment
blow up, but it's never been out of a changing room style.
No, and rumours are Adam Dewey being offered to the Panthers, or apparently being approached by the Panthers and Dragons, fighting for his signature next year. So look, the Tigers are on the up. It's just whether they can hold on. I think they just re-signed Api Coruscant as well. He's extended. So they're safe from the spoon now. Yeah. The Tigers are safe from the spoon. So it's an improvement on next year and last year, sorry. Yep. And it's just seeing how they can go from here. But the Titans they've got to be favourites for the spoon. Yeah. They've got to be. But Bulldogs, Dragons. When was this? What?
I think this was the Friday, wasn't it?
This was the Friday. This was the earlier game, wasn't it?
No, it was Saturday.
Saturday. So Bulldogs 20, Dragons 18. The only highlight I've seen from this is Galvin's game winner. Yeah. And the biggest question I raised from that is, does that justify his selection? Because I don't think Sexton does the same.
Big players come up with big plays, don't they?
Yeah.
I know my opinion was completely different last week. I think I was saying he's going to upset the apple cart. To be fair, I nearly went for the Dragons in this one last week.
Look, they were one pass away.
I was so close from tipping the Dragons.
And I saw, I can't remember who it is on Instagram. It's that Dragon supporter that's just so passionate.
Yeah.
He was questioning why they're kicking short when they're 18 points to whatever it was up. Just boot it long, boot it long. And apparently that led to the Galvin winner. But he's just thrown a blind pass. And Sean Johnson's breakdown of it is pretty cool. The way he's just saying he's throwing it out there knowing that his winger should be sweeping round, or it's fullback winger, whoever it was. And he's just trusted the process and gone, whoop, it's out there somewhere. But the winger jumps in for the Dragons. And he's just gone, do you know what? Let's throw it out there. But the Bulldogs, they're scraping through games.
Yeah, they're not being convincing, which this end of the season is not great. And they're going to be limping into the 4. Good, they get 2 shots at it, but not too dissimilar to how they came into the finals last year, was it? They sort of they limping last year as well.
Are they going to be able to beat a side that is defensively up there with them in finals football? Because not discrediting them one bit, but it's not like they've got an attack that will blow a team away. This is where I eat my words, and they absolutely tear Manly apart this weekend. But
so looking back at sort of this time last year, so let's go from the 6th of July because they had the bye, round 19, beat the Warriors by a point, lost to the Cowboys, absolutely stormed past the Broncos, beat the Raiders by 2 points, thumped the Dragons, thumped the Dolphins, thumped the Warriors, but then lost to the Sea Eagles, lost to the Cowboys, and then lost to the Sea Eagles week 1.
Yeah.
So it's starting to reflect last year with that same result where they've just gone past the Dragons. So they need to turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, and maybe Lockie Galvin starting at 7 from here on out might provide some consistency and stability in the halves, but they're still winning games. Can't argue with that. They're going to make the top 4. They're going to make finals. So
they've not got an easy running either.
No, they haven't.
They've got Sea Eagles, then the Tigers should thump the Tigers, then the Warriors, Roosters, Storm, Panthers, Sharks.
Maybe they won't. They're not guaranteed top 4.
That's not a nice run-in.
That's not. That is not at all.
Like finishing on against the Sharks team, who are going to be hungry for the 8 as well if they continue with the way they're playing.
Yeah,
it's starting to open up nicely.
It is real tight competition. But one team that are blowing teams away.
Yeah,
I got this one completely wrong.
How can you doubt the Dolphins?
Look, the Cowboys were going to come back into it at one point, but the Dolphins just exploited the biggest weakness I've ever seen on one side of a football team, and they blew them away. Dolphins 43, Cowboys 24. Left side was lethal. It was like as soon as they got a breakaway, there was 4 people surrounding the runner, and it was like 4-on-1, and they were scoring every time. Avarillo had a game of it. Herbie Farnworth is just...
It's unreal, isn't he? So glad he's English.
So glad he's English, and there's rumours flying around that he's going to be the first $1 million centre. Deserves it. He's currently the best centre in the comp. Like Stephen Crichton we talk about, but what Herbie Farnworth is doing is...
He's mad. He's so good. I reckon he would be, if he was New South Wales and Australian, I reckon he would be in Origin. It'd be more Queensland, wouldn't he, being up there? But
yeah. He would.
I reckon he's an Origin centre.
Be interesting how mad Origin players. Be interesting how he does against Australia in the Ashes. That would be a good one to keep an eye on. But yeah, Dolphins are just on form.
They are so clinical when they attack. When they click and they get the momentum, you just can't stop them.
It just goes to show how much difference the hammer made as well. He wasn't playing last week. They struggled, and now he's like the glue that fits everything together.
I agree with that.
But they're a team whose stock is massively on the rise. Fair play to Christian Wolf as well for getting them to where they are. The impact of the start of the season, it's going to show that it just took time for them to bed in, the disruption they had with the floods.
A new coach as well.
Yeah.
New system.
Now they're flying though.
Got them playing nicely.
They're absolutely flying. And another team that are flying, personally, I think now guaranteed to win the minor premiership.
Yeah, up the milk.
Canberra Raiders 40 defeat the Parramatta Eels. Dylan Brown dropped for the Eels, so
I don't think he's coming back. Is he?
I think they're preparing now for next year. It'd be interesting to see if they maybe start getting battered. whether it'll be allowed. But this game was tight at half time.
Yeah, this was a nervy one. I remember watching this. We were watching it. Where were we watching it?
We weren't. We were watching it on our phone, as in we were keeping up to date with the score on the phone. Can't remember what we were doing the whole weekend.
We started. We watched the first half and then we left the hostel, didn't we?
Yes,
because we saw old Stewart fly over for
Jed Stewart,
for his try. So again, I was worried about this one. I was like, "Oh, this could be a banana skin."
And then they blew them away in the second half.
Then they just disappeared.
Sebastian Kris just had a great game, put up numbers, assists. Real good one. But this just goes to show that the Raiders, when they
that second half, like it
seems like they only perform in one half.
Yeah.
They're going to need to change that when they go into finals.
And it's not the first time their second half has been unreal. Like they've had a push of poor performances dropping off in the second half, but before that they were unreal in the second half and were able to score a lot of points because they were losing in a few. So it's a weird team.
It is indeed, but a team that again and starting to come into form at the right time,
winning the comp.
Penrith Panthers defeat the Rabbitohs 30 points to 10. That's 6 wins in a row for them. Feel sorry for the Rabbitohs. Significant number of injuries this season. I think they've had, stat I heard the other day, they've had the most number of injury minutes or games missed. And even if you took away Brandon Smith's number of games, it's still double more than any other team. So they're in a rebuild for next year. But the Panthers, they're
so good.
They're so good.
And then look at that performance without Nathan Cleary as well.
Yeah.
Like they're magician and they're able to still stick 30 on the Rabbitohs. Like,
watch out for them
because they're winning the comp. It's just the Panther machine is just rolling.
They're going to be there. They're going to be there or thereabouts. But a game that I didn't watch: Sharks 31, Roosters 18. We were playing shuffleboard, darts, pool. It was on in the background, to be fair, but we weren't paying attention.
We looked up every now and then and we're like, "Oh my god, the Sharks are running away with it."
Yeah.
I think the Tui's new didn't really help either. Remembering this one because I think we had a few pints.
Was it Tui's?
Was it
Oh, yeah, because it was in that bar downstairs. It was Tui's, yeah. Sticking with the old New South Wales at heart, we were going for the Tui's new, sinking proper piss. But, it was a good weekend of fixtures. I think it just highlights how close this competition is, but also now teams are emerging.
Yeah, Sharks are flying. We stuck it into them a few weeks ago with how shocking they've been at Shark Park, but are they building momentum up at the right time? If they go for another win, in this spout of 2 wins at the moment, are they going to be cementing the 8?
We'll see. We'll see, because there's a team that they're contesting I think they'll be contesting with, and that's the Manly Seagulls. But it's a tough team to come up against nowadays. And on that, let's move to round 21.
Oi, oi.
We kick it off on the Thursday. We've got the Sydney Roosters at $2.42 against the Melbourne Storm at $1.57. This is at the Allianz. Yes.
I don't know. My mind is this is a tough one because I know the Roosters have it in them to beat the Storm.
Yeah.
And it's at the Allianz, and the Storm are away. I know when I last went against them for being away, they ran away with it against the Knights. But you know what? There's just something about them away that I don't feel 100% going for the Storm. And everyone loves a little bit of an upset. So let's go. I'm going to go for Roosters.
Cam Munster's out, so he's attending his father's funeral, and Nelson's out because he's suspended. This is going to be a close game. This is going to be a good game. This is a great game to kick off Thursday night footy and the round of fixtures. Oh, I'm going to go the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Nice little split. I like it.
Craig Bellamy is going to stick a rocket up their arse, and he's going,
you can go either way.
We're not losing back to back. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm.
And then on Friday, the 25th, day before my birthday, we are heading up to Townsville at the Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Cowboys at $1.58 against the Dragons at $2.39.
I'm surprised at that, $2.39 for the Dragons. I am going to go for the Dragons in this one.
Okay.
I believe their stock is rising slightly, even though they lost against the Bulldogs. I think it's a performance that they'll walk away disappointed that they didn't get the win. and I reckon they go up to Townsville and stick it on the Cowboys.
Okay. Who do I go for on this? Who do I go for? Do you know what? I'm gonna keep it separate, and I'm gonna go for the Cowboys.
Nice.
I'm gonna go for the Cowboys. Cowboys at home. Dragons aren't always unreal away, so I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Val Holmes out for the rest of the season as well,
Yeah.
isn't he? But he didn't play at the weekend anyway, so it doesn't influence my pick. But then we go to the best stadium for atmosphere in Australia. On the 8 p.m. on the Friday at Suncorp, we got the Brisbane Broncos at $1.23 against the Parramatta Eels at $4.10.
Yeah, I'm gonna straight off the bat go for the Broncos with this. They were on the bye last week, weren't they? Yeah, so they're gonna be fit. They're gonna be rested at home. I think they're gonna come out flying and blow the Eels away.
I can't disagree with that. Isaiah Youngi's out as well for the Parramatta Eels. So, Dylan Brown, is he been... No,
he's in the reserves.
He's in the reserves. So, Mitch Moses, is he back? He is back. So, that'll be interesting to see if it makes a difference. But for me, Broncos every day of the week. Every day of the week.
All right, then we fly over to Auckland we'll be at the Go Media Stadium. The Warriors at $1.27 against the Titans $3.82.
It's up the wires.
It's up in the wires.
It's got to be the wires. All day, every day, at home.
Yeah.
And
this could be a cricket score.
It could be, and they're going to want to put in a better performance than they did last week to only scrape over the line against the Knights. The Knights are better than the Titans, I do believe that. But David Fifita's out for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Big Tino's, I think it's knee or ankle, is out for a couple of weeks. Big Desi has rumour has it that he's going to play this game, 500th. Off he goes.
Yeah.
That's a rumour. But up the wires, I'm going for the Warriors in this one.
Okay.
You joining me with the Warriors?
Oh, yeah. I set up the wires right at the start.
Fair enough. And then we go to the Combank. We got the 5:30 p.m. kickoff. We got the Penrith Panthers at $1.24 against the West Tigers at $4.10.
Panthers. I think they're going to be far too strong for a very struggling attacking West Tigers team. Talking about cricket scores, I think this could be one.
Every time the Tigers play the Panthers, though, something happens. This was the game last year that was like 42-40 or something. And I'm pretty sure the game earlier this season was a tight affair. But the Penrith Panthers are winning this game.
And then we are up in Gosford at the Polytech Stadium.
Oh, we're going Central Coast?
We are, hitting the sunny coast. The Rabbitohs at $4.60. Jesus. Against the Sharks at $1.20.
I feel sorry for the Rabbitohs. Although Conor Murray, rumour has it, he's tracking ahead, but would you risk him for a season that's pretty much done and dusted? Not out of the spoon race, so and that's the big thing.
That is scary.
Sharks win this, and they win it comfortably.
I'm going to agree with you there. Going for the Sharks.
Then we go down to Canberra, the GIO Stadium. We got the Canberra Raiders sitting comfortably first in the table at $1.20 against there's a lot of long odds in this.
Yeah.
Against the Newcastle Knights, $4.60.
Oh, I wouldn't say that's that big, you know. Like
I'd have
just high the Knights there.
I'd have a sneaky 10 sheet on the Knights, you know, if I was.
Yeah, if you were a betting man.
If I was.
Saying that, I'm going to go to the Raiders though. I think they're one half of performances. I think they're gonna blow it away, score a good 20 and 30 in one half. I don't know whether it would be the first or second half, but they're gonna score some points.
Yeah, I agree. Going the Canberra Raiders. It'd be interesting to see how they go last few rounds if they've cemented top four, if they're actually going to push for the minor premiership or just rest players for finals. But for me, Canberra Raiders win this. I don't think it might not be a high scoring game, but is Bradman Best out? Let's have a look.
No, he's in.
No, he's in. So see how he goes with his knee, but I don't think they've got enough. So Canberra Raiders.
Okay. And then finally,
me there.
Last game of the weekend. Our last game of the weekend. We're at the Allianz. The Bulldogs at $1.62 against the Manly Seagulls at $2.31.
The odds have shortened in this. So Manly were at $3 before team lists were revealed. So it shortened over $1, I believe, in recent times. So now this is difficult because I'm caught on the fence here. Every time I tip against Manly, Manly win. But I think Manly win this game. So I've got to back the boys. I'm going Manly. Do you know what? I think it's going to start to click. It's going to be a scrappy affair.
Yeah.
This is a rematch of the finals.
They're going to want blood.
They're going to want blood. But Big Hamoli is back. I forgot about that.
I reckon he takes Galvin's head off at one point. I reckon there's going to be a massive hit. Hamoli is going to absolutely clean out Galvin. Garrick is going to be running riot again. He's going to be making whoever is opposite him look silly. Kohler is going to run through on an overlap and score 2 tries.
Oh, his try against the Storm, his line was brilliant.
He's going to do it again.
Ran it at pace and just ripped through. They're outside.
And Big Tubby's going to score as well. I'm going for a big Manly win here.
Yeah, so we're both tipping Manly on that one. We've been doing average on the tips. We're doing all right, above average on the tips recently. So, taken with a pinch of salt. And then what other sport have we got? England, India starts tonight. 4th test, England 2-1 up.
Forward to it. It's getting dirty. It's getting into Test cricket. They're in their heads. It's getting chirpy. It's brilliant. I've loved all the India media out.
Yeah.
The
time wasting, that.
Time wasting. They didn't play in the spirit of the game. Well, they just treated India like they got treated. Apparently the DRS system's against India. The umpires are against India. I love the absolute meltdowns when India aren't winning in cricket. It is fantastic. But I suppose England are the exact same as well.
Yeah, McCullum came out and said we're too nice, and that's why they're giving it all the verbal on the 5th day. Absolutely brilliant. But look, it'll be interesting to see.
It's been a great series.
Have the teams must have been named? What changes?
Liam Dawson.
Okay.
Liam Dawson's in. Like England's batting lineup goes down to 9. 10. Like
is Archer back in again?
Archer's at 11. Everyone can bat in that 11. Like
deep.
30. Every person in that team has got a 30-40 in them. So it'd be interesting to see what pitch they've done up in Old Trafford. But yeah, we'll see.
What does it usually play like in Old Trafford? I can't
swinging. It's a spinning pitch. I always think Old Trafford's a bit of a spinning pitch.
Let's see if Bashir can. Oh no, he's out.
No, he's out. It's Liam Dawson. Yeah, you got Liam Dawson and Joe Root. Like, what more do you want?
Joe Root.
To be fair, I was watching his performance in 2021 in India, where he was at like the state
at 90.
The state of the pitches was ridiculous. If Joe Root is absolutely spinning it square, it's a bad day. But it's been a good series.
Well, let's get back and get stuck into that. And then final shout out, England ladies, England's women's team.
Yep, into the final, could be back-to-back European champions.
Could be back-to-back. And, I mean, I didn't watch the game earlier because I was on the bus to work, but what is it? A 19-year-old scored an equaliser in the 96th minute and then won it in the 119th.
Also, Chloe Kelly has ended up having an unreal season, considering I don't think she was going to play at the start.
She scored the winner in the final last championship.
But she moved to Arsenal from Man City, I believe, I think. And she wasn't going to be playing at Man City. So at the start of the season, she didn't know what was really happening with her football. But Arsenal, European winner, Champions League winner, could be back-to-back on European, popping up and scoring important goals. She's ended up having an unreal season.
Fair play. And the final's on Sunday or Monday, I believe, over here. So keep an eye on how that one goes. But what a big weekend of sport we got coming up. We got the AFL on Friday. We got the Lions on Saturday. We got the NRL on Sunday. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe. Follow along. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. Click that follow button on YouTube. And thank you for tuning in this week. And we'll catch you in the next one.
See you later.
Lions!